Text, MyRight. Busy streets around the world. Adults with visual, auditory and other disabilities.
More than 1 billion people in the world live with some form of disability.
Young woman with a white cane on a busy street.
Many of them are based in conflict-affected areas, but they are rarely taken into consideration in peace negotiations, agreements, or peace-building activities. The exclusion is worsened based on gender, ethnicity, and economic status.
Disability is something universal. They are struggling same challenges everywhere.
A blind man in Bosnia-Herzegovina. Animation, UN Dove of Peace and stick figures illustrate disability issues.
In MyRight's study, Peace for All, organizations of persons with disabilities express that they have not been meaningfully engaged in national and international level peace processes.
A person in a wheelchair refuses a pat on the head.
One reason for their exclusion is the so-called charity mindset towards disability. They are not seen as capable individuals and right owners.
Back to the center in Bosnia-Herzegovina.
In Bosnia and Herzegovina, war influence almost all area of life. We as individuals with disability, we were not directly involved in a process of peace building in our country. Because of that fact, we need to do everything possible to build a peace and to build stability, and that we recognize that as a persons we are equal with equal rights and equal opportunity.
Animation.
But some policy improvements have been made. For example, in 2019, the United Nations adopted a resolution and a new disability inclusion strategy. Other actors have made similar advancements. However, many obstacles remain. Most organizations find it difficult to adjust their activities, which makes them avoid the issue. There is also a lack of funding and staff knowledge about disability rights.
View over Colombo, Sri Lanka. Manufacturing in a rehab center. A young man is sanding an iron pipe rack. In the office, a man in a wheelchair.
This organization is Sri Lanka Foundation for Rehabilitation of the Disabled. In fact, we got to know about the UN strategy only recently. So we have been now studying it, and we have been now trying to see ways and means of how to implement it. We are working on these areas to ensure that persons with disabilities are involved in the process.
The UN headquarters with flags flying in the wind.
MyRight recommends the UN and other international actors to take the following actions.
1.
Mainstream the rights of persons with disabilities into every strategy and project. Disability inclusion should be a natural part of any peace-building process.
2.
Apply a human rights-based approach to disability inclusion. This includes recognizing persons with disabilities as social actors with their own capabilities.
3.
Strengthen staff capacities and resources. For example, appoint disability inclusion experts that can lead the work within the organization.
4.
Provide direct support for organizations of persons with disabilities and strengthen advocacy and lobbying. Organizations of persons with disabilities can advise on the best possible approach to reach and engage this target group in each programming context.
Stick figures boards the peace dove and takes off.
For peace building to be effective and long-lasting, the process must be inclusive and open for everyone to participate. In MyRight's report, Peace for All, which is published on our website, you will find further details about identified challenges and best practices.
It's time to continue, cooperate and work together for a better future.
MyRight empowers people with disabilities. The project was founded by the Folke Bernadotte Academy. FBA does not necessarily share the views expressed in this film. MyRight bears full responsibility for its content.